Okay, so this is my melee Hydra guide. I will take you through how I do melee Hydra. There's not a lot of guides on melee Hydra, so this was requested by a member of the clan chat. So my inventory, I have a divine super combat potion. It's normally a dose 4, but this is just for video, so I normally have a 4 dose here. Super restores, 4 dose, and an antidote plus 1 dose, just in case I mess up on the acid phases. That doesn't happen very often. I bring Bracelet of Slaughter. This is a personal item that I like to bring because I enjoy Hydra and I like extending the tasks as much as possible. You do not have to bring this if you do not want to. I bring House Teleports. I bring Dragon Claws for spec, but you can bring any spec item that you want. Keep in mind that defense lowering spec items aren't really that useful here, as Hydra already has low defense. I bring 2 sharks in case I mess up, or if I get really unlucky and Hydra hits me with the opposite attack from what I'm praying at the beginning of each kill. If that happens over and over again, it could lead to a lot of damage. I bring a rune pouch with nature runes, fire runes, and an open spot for rune drops. Hydra does drop death, chaos, and blood runes. For my prayers, my quick prayers, I set up, I have Protect from Magic and Piety. If you are bringing a regular Super Combat Potion versus a Divine, I would recommend also using Preserve. I bring Divine so I don't have to use Preserve, so it saves a little bit of prayer, and I can usually get 2 kills per dose, so 1 Divine Super Combat will take me through an entire trip that I like to do. I do 6 to 8 kills, depending on how fast they go and what loot I get, so that's totally up to you how you want to do that. For gear, obviously Slayer Helm, absolutely necessary here. There's no reason to wear anything other than Slayer Helm at Hydra. I bring Fire Cape. You can upgrade to an Infernal if you have one. If you don't, then Fire Cape's the best in slot. I bring an Amulet of Torture, Blessing 4 because I have the Elite Diary done, and Primordial Boots because, again, I have the Elite Diary done. If you do not have the Elite Diary, any blessing will work, and Boots of Stone or whatever the other version of the Boots of Stone is. If you have the Elite done but don't have Primordials, Dragon Boots are fine. I bring Ferocious Gloves. If you don't have Ferocious Gloves, Sparrow's Gloves are fine. I bring Berserker Eye. If you are not wanting to do the short trips and you want to do extended trips, then I would recommend bringing a Ring of the Gods and proselyte gear over the Bandos chestplate and the leg guards. Now, I don't normally bring leg guards, but right now I don't have tacits because I sold them for working towards T-bow, and I use the leg guards at Vorkath as well, so that's why I have leg guards there instead of tacits. But under normal circumstances, you would want to go with tacits here. So that's a basic breakdown of the guide, or my gear. I bring a Vernic because I can afford the Vernic. If you cannot afford the Vernic, then Dragon Defender works just fine. I wouldn't recommend any other offhands here. You're going to be praying and blocking most of the damage, so shields are not necessary, and there's not really anything else in this spot that's worth bringing. So with prayers, the inventory and gear already gone over, we're going to look at the actual room. So I've already gone ahead and marked the tiles. Now, keep in mind, I don't normally use RuneLight for anything other than raids, so bear with me here. This does look pretty chaotic, but I'll go through each square and what the significance is. So this square, that's where I start. It is 3 squares north of the red chemical vat. So that's where I will always run to as soon as I enter the room, or subsequent kills that, if I'm already in there and I've already gone through a kill, then that's where I'll start at. After Hydra uses its first attack on you, you want to run to this square, where it will use its second and third attack. After it uses its third attack, you want to switch your prayer and then run here. What this does is this will always skip the acid. So you will never get hit by the acid as long as you move from here to here to here and time it correctly. So the chances of you getting poisoned are very, very slim if you're doing that correctly. After I move here, I will continue attacking Hydra until it turns into the blue phase. Once you're blue phase, you want to click to the far north. I click here and then to the far north. That will drag Hydra to the green vent, where it will roar and become weakened again. Once it's roared, you want to click to this spot and continue attacking it. If it's further south on the green vent, then it'll drag you a little bit closer, but that's fine. This is just here for reference. That's where I'll dump my Dragon Claw spec as well to try to DPS out the blue phase, because blue phase is most annoying for Hydra for melee. I think it's the most annoying phase in general, but if you're able to out DPS the special and it transforms to red phase before it shoots the lightning, it'll make your life a lot easier. It doesn't happen very often, but the claw does help with that. Once it shoots the blue lightning, then you can move back here. Well, you'll want to move back here once the lightning has hit this spot here. Then you'll click from here to there, and then you'll click from there to there, and then click from there to here. So that will have you skip all of the blue lightning balls, unless you're insanely unlucky and you get hit anyways, or if you lag, you'll often get hit. So once you've hit this square, you want to immediately click back onto Hydra. Hydra will have been dragged onto the blue vent, and it will then cause you to go over here and start attacking. Now, if you land on any squares other than this one or this one, you want to move to this square or this square. If the Hydra is too far south on the vent, then you will want to move to the north side, either here, here, or here. And this will ensure that when Hydra moves, you will always be moves out to the center. You will always be dragged to this square. That's the most important thing. If you're on either one of these and Hydra's on the north side of the vent, you'll be dragged here. If you're on any of these three and Hydra's on the south side of the vent, you'll always be dragged here. And the reason why that is important is, one, you get to continue attacking Hydra as it's moving, and two, that sets you up to be able to fire skip. So once it's red and it moves to the center, it'll shoot one firewall here, and then it'll turn to look at you, and then I'm not sure exactly how many ticks it is, but there's a slight delay after it looks at you. During that delay is when you want to click from this square to this square, and that will cause you to skip the fire altogether. Instead of having to walk away from the homing fire, you'll just move here, and it will get stuck in this square right here. Then you just continue attacking Hydra until it goes to the gray phase. Once it goes to the gray phase, it'll attack you once, twice, 3 times. On the third prayer switch, as soon as you switch your prayer, you want to click back to this square, and then immediately back to this square. And what that will do is that will cause the Hydra to target you here for the acid splat on the third attack, after the third attack. And then by the time you run back here, it will already be shooting the acid here. So as long as you time this correctly, you will always miss the acid here. If you get unlucky enough to have to go 9 attacks and be shot with the acid a second time, then as soon as you get to the 9th attack, you'll want to click here, and that will cause you to avoid the acid yet again, because it will shoot all of the acid to the northwest of you. It will never shoot over here, and you will always avoid the acid if you time it correctly. And then you can just finish your kill. So that's about all there is to it. The kiting process can be a little overwhelming from melee at first if you're not used to it. But after 4 or 5 kills, you'll get it down, and it'll be like clockwork. It's very simple. There's some more in-depth techniques that I usually do, but this is just a basic melee guide. But for the more advanced version, what I do is after the first attack, I'll move here. After the second attack, I'll move here. Then it'll do the third attack, and then after it attacks for the third time, I'll run back here and then run back here. So this will drag green Hydra to the green vent, so it will get powered up. So if you mess up, you will take a lot more damage. But the benefit to that is you can click back here and keep attacking, and then once it's switched to blue Hydra, it will already be on the green vent, and it'll save just a smidge of time. I haven't noticed a lot of difference. It's maybe 5-second difference, if that. Obviously depending on your hit RNG. So anyways, I'm going to start up a kill. It's already on the red vent, so I'm going to go ahead and go in. Oh, I moved off. So let's see. We got mage. So just go there. 2, 3. Move. And then just stand here until it turns to blue, making sure you keep track of your count so you don't take massive amounts of damage. If there's ever a point where you're unsure which one you're supposed to be praying, go ahead and pray mage, because you're going to take way more damage way more often from mage than you will from range. So when in doubt, mage it out. I know that's stupid. If you are unlucky and have to go 3 cycles of attacks before it goes to blue phase, it will shoot poison again, at which point you can just go ahead and run to the space. That spec was not very good. Just follow your squares, making sure you're keeping track of your count. Okay, so here it did not automatically put me on the right square, so I'm going to move here and continue attacking. So now it's on the north side of the blue vent, so I'm already in position. All I have to do is just ride out the rest of the kill. So it'll do its third attack. Oh, I was off on my count. So now, if Red Hydra does not attack you again, you will want to be on Mage for the Extinguished. Okay, now, well, I killed it too quickly, so I couldn't demonstrate the fire skip, but it's pretty simple. Okay, now this is the third attack. Click back, click forward, boom. Poison splats there, and you always avoid it. Now, when I switch to my Bracelet of Slaughter, is right at the end of the kill. I'm on 5 now. 6, 7. Getting pretty unlucky with my hits here. 8, 9. Now I'll attack, move. Oh, I'm out of prayer. You don't want to run out of prayer or you will die. I'm getting really unlucky with my hits here. It should not. Gray Phase should never take that long. I just got really unlucky. So I'm going to go through one more kill, just to demonstrate it again. Hopefully it won't be as botched. But out of my staves. Which is not really necessary here because I'm not getting a full trip in. So it's kind of a waste of nature runes, but it's okay. Up. First attack. Okay, I'm going to switch my prayer. So it's right on the corner. 2, 3, and then move. See? Again, as long as you time that correctly, you will always miss the acid. Again, getting unlucky on my hits. Okay. Green vent ball spawn, so I'll run now. My second attack. Third attack, switch prayer. Okay, I'm not in the right spot, so I'm going to move. So again, now I'm in the right position. And I just have to finish the kill. Okay, so I need to be careful here because my prayer is getting low. Now that I'm in the right spot, I'm going to go ahead and drink a potion. Alright, and then fire skip. Again, still getting unlucky with my hits here. Oh, I was off on my count. Okay, switch prayer. 1 switch. 2 switch. 3 switch. I'm back. Forward. 1 switch. I'll go ahead and put on my bracelet. Easy peasy. So that is it. That is Melee Hydra. It's very easy to do once you're comfortable with the actual kiting. Again, the kiting is the most difficult part, at least getting that rhythm. But once you've got the rhythm down, it's really simple. It'll save you a ton of money on supplies, and your average kill is going to be anywhere from like 150 to 220, which is about on par with the blowpipe with Addy darts. The blowpipe is slightly faster as a general rule, but I think that, at least I feel, the benefit that you get from uh, the lower cost of supplies from doing melee far exceeds the slight speed difference that you get with the blowpipe. Anyways, obviously if you have a T-bow, then you shouldn't be watching this guide, but that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up, and that's it.